Welcome back to Forging a Stoic mini-series presented by Hazy Headed, where we will be reading Marcus Aurelius's texts book by book, or also known as chapter by chapter. And this is chapter 8. And this was a great chapter. There's a lot of insight as per usual. Thank you, Mr. Aurelius. You are a goated philosopher. But first, passage that stood out to me was passage 3. Alexander and Caesar and Pompey. Compared with Dionysius, Hercules, Socrates, the philosophers knew the what, the why, the how. Their minds were their own. The others, nothing but anxiety and enslavement. And I really have come to this realization that is what kind of philosophy is. It's discovering that why, that who, that where, having complete understanding of yourself and kind of just shutting out the outside noise. I think having that wisdom, that knowledge of why you're doing this, why you are calculated in your steps, why you continue to do the things that you do. If you understand the why behind it, I think that's kind of the code to life in a way, if you think about it. If you're mindlessly, aimlessly wandering around, you're not going to be having a very high quality of life. But if you sit down and you discover this wisdom and you have the codex of understanding this ancient wisdom, I think you're more ahead than most people. And next up is 5. The first step, don't be anxious. Nature controls it all. And before long, you'll be no one, nowhere, like Hadrian, like Augustus. The second step, concentrate on what you have to do. Fix your eyes on it. Remind yourself that your task is to be a good human being. Remind yourself what nature demands of people. Then do it without hesitation and speak the truth as you see it, but with kindness, with humility, without hypocrisy. This is great. This is a great passage because that's how I've been living recently. I've kind of been living shamelessly. I've been living without holding back my thoughts or feelings. And you can still do that while being kind. People think that in order to be kind, you have to be submissive. You have to tailor your feelings towards other people. That's not true. You can be very kind, strong individual, and you can have a discussion, that hard discussion with your friend, and you can do all these things that make you grow. I don't think you need to hold yourself back, and I think it's important to be strong in your values. Next up was 10. Remorse is annoyance at yourself for having passed up something that's to your benefit. But if it's to your benefit, it must be good, something a truly good person would be concerned about. But no truly good person would feel remorse at passing up pleasure, so it cannot be to your benefit or good. What is pleasure? Pleasure is a temporary spike in the neurotransmitter dopamine. Pleasure is temporary. Pleasure is a cheap way of making your brain feel good. And I think pleasure is honestly one of the worst things you could do. If you have pleasure from hard work and you put everything out on the line and you have a pleasurable outcome on that, that's great. That is good. That is sustainable because you are doing something, putting in effort towards something that is good. If you are using cheap tricks to make your brain happy for a short amount of time, not good. And it can destroy you. That is what methamphetamine does. It stimulates the brain, the reward center, like a damn rat. And that's why tweakers, man, they have so much pleasure in their brain that it's destroying them. Obviously, its addiction is more complex than that, but it remains true. If you take the nitty-gritty of pleasure, it's not good. It's fleeting. It's unsustainable. Nobody has created this world, everything you see. Who created the fucking ballpoint pen? I have no idea, but it's here. People use it every day. People use it to write. They got out of those pleasure traps. They got out of that instant gratification, that procrastination. Everything that is degrading you is pleasure. It feels good, feels great. Pleasure's great. But peace and hard work and sustainability is much more important than pleasure will ever be. Next up was 36. This one stood out to me very much. It's a long one here. Don't let your imagination be crushed by life as a whole. Don't try to picture everything bad that could possibly happen. Stick with the situation at hand and ask, why is this so unbearable? Why can't I endure it? You'll be embarrassed to answer. Then remind yourself that past and future have no power over you, only the present, and even that can be minimized. Just mark off its limits. And if your mind tries to claim that it can't hold out against that, well, then heap shame upon it. Think about that. It is embarrassing. If you really sat down, there's traumas that need to be addressed. I am not downplaying mental health in 2025. People are struggling. That's not what this is saying. What it's saying is that this petty little shit that you get hung up upon, or you said something embarrassing and people might have received it the wrong way, who cares? Don't let your dreams be dreams. People say that. That's almost a cliche at this point, but it's true. This resonates with me very much so, because it's not always verbal. It's not always spoken upon, people bringing down your dreams. It can be in the environment that you're in. So if you are imagining these big, beautiful things and you want to work hard to achieve them, you should do it. But it's more complex than that. It's not just somebody holding you back saying, oh, you can't do it. Oh, you're not going to make it happen. It's a culture that you're surrounded by. You're surrounded by mediocrity. You're surrounded by people that have very short-sighted goals. And I don't say that to be judging, or I don't say that to condemn those people. I just say that if you are one of those few people that truly feel like they can do something big, whether it's start a business, whether it's pursuing an art, whether it's anything that you feel like you are destined for, not everyone has that. And if you don't have that, maybe, try to discover it. Maybe you'll find out that you don't have it. But whatever, if you do have it, I'm talking to the very few people that might feel the same way I do. Don't let anybody stop you from it. Why don't you just put it all on the line? Guess what? As Marcus Aurelius says in Meditations all the time, you're going to die someday. You're going to be no more. No one is going to know who you are, even if you were the next Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders is going to be forgotten in a few hundred years. That's scary, because he was an old man that went to work. So what's stopping you? Are you going to live and bask in mediocrity, or are you going to fail trying to achieve your dreams? Or maybe even scaringly enough, you'll achieve your dreams. So yeah, don't let your imagination be diminished by other people. Great. So that was a great one. 50. This is a good one as well. The cucumber is bitter, then throw it out. There are brambles in the path, then go around them. That's all you need to know, nothing more. Don't demand to know why such things exist. Anyone who understands the world will laugh at you, just as a carpenter would if you seemed shocked at finding sawdust in his workshop, or a shoemaker at scraps of leather left over from work. Of course they have a place to dispose of these. Nature has no door to sweep things out of. But the wonderful thing about its workmanship is how, faced with the limitations, it takes everything within it that seems broken, old, and useless, transforms it into itself, and makes new things from it. So that doesn't need material from any outside source or anywhere to dispose of what's left over. It relies on itself for all its needs space, material, and labor. How many obstacles are you going to get in life? Countless, infinite. It's unbelievable how much life can shit on you. Anyone who's that's probably not under, anyone over, let's say 15, or maybe for some people even younger, you're going to know that life kind of sucks. It's going to have its downs. It's going to have its very strong issues. And it's funny because this whole point of this passage is that regardless of that obstacle, walk around it, ignore it, move on. People are going to think you're crazy for asking, well, why is it like this? It's part of this human experience. Losing, failure, inadequacy, that is all part of it. Unfortunately, it would be cool to live in a utopia, but unfortunately we don't. So overcome your obstacles. Try to stay positive as much as you can. Lean in to your self-belief, lean into your prowess in a subject, and just keep going. Deal with the hardships, either deal with them or ignore them. That's all you can do. Try not to let your mind get the best of you, and stay on top of it. Thank you. This has been Book 8 of Meditations, Forging the Stoic mini-series presented by Hazy Headed. Stay in tune. We are getting to the twilight of this series, but it's been a great time, and I'll see you guys.